Megavanan, everybody, and welcome to the stream. My name is Talisian. There you are, and here I am. And today on Fantasy Friday, we're doing Lord of the Rings Online. Oh, I forgot to update my text banner. Let me go ahead and work that in here while I'm getting everything set up. I hope everyone is doing well today. As you can see, yes, we picked up a lot of LOTRO points yesterday. I completed a lot of deeds and didn't die. That's good. And I used my hobby horse 3 times. Yes, the valiant huntress of the plains of Rohan riding across on her hobby horse. Absolutely. So we have made it to Dunharrow. So we're working now on the Dunharrow and the Paths of the Dead that Aragorn will be taking soon. We'll need to follow him down there once we get to Dunharrow and the rest of the forces get there. If you have any events that you would like for me to promote on my stream, please feel free to let me know. You can send me an email at talisian@gmail.com with the subject line LOTRO events, or you can post the information at the bottom of my YouTube channel should you're looking this on YouTube, or either on YouTube or Discord, or either on YouTube or Twitch. Down below is a link to my Discord server, and you can definitely post me there, send me a message on Discord, and I will gladly promote your event for you on my stream. Okay, let's get into game here. Oh, actually, I know there's one other thing I do want to do real quick. Oop, not that, though. That's wrong. One other thing I do want to let people know about. The current sales and promotions was just started yesterday. 15% off character slots, vet status, stat packages, and XP boosts through the 19th of March. And there is a weekly coupon I'm going to go ahead and use right now. And that weekly coupon is Dark Corner Club. And it nets you a free black die. So something to think about if you want to be a goth going through Middle-earth. As you can see, we currently have our 18th anniversary gift that's still available for those who've not picked it up yet. And we have our LI reward track, Season 17, which I'm actually making some good progress on. Looks like I'm up to 25 already, or 20? I think I'm up to 20. Yeah, I'm working on 20, which is an incomparable tracery token. Very, very important for working on your LIs. This is actually one of the most reliable way I have found to get the incomparable and legendary tracery tokens, is to be just playing the game, earning that legendary item experience, and turning it into rewards on the reward track. Like I should have an incomparable one by the end of today. And I have another remote quest. The spring instances are now available because the spring festival is here. Shrew Stomping Time. Looks like this one's, they've got this one based now in Kleeger out in Swanfleet. And we'll probably take a stream and we'll head out there and we'll do some of the fun string stuff because I've never done the stuff out in Kleeger before. So we'll have to go out there one stream and pick it up. Ready yourself to travel to the hedge maze in the horse fields of Breeland to experience this year's spring celebration. Excuse me. We'll get it eventually. We'll move that because we'll do that another stream. And then every day is a Hobbit's birthday. And because it is, we are the fortunate ones to get the presents. And today, looks like I'm eligible for a gold. Nope. What nope for, Anonosis? What nope? You don't want me to do the spring festival, but I want to go frolicking around. No? No? So let's see what Hobbit gifts we've got here. The silver one is a massive pile of silver scraps and 50 virtue XP, and our gold, 200 virtue XP and 2 greater potions of morale. Very, very nice. That will move this down here. We will go up and up shared storage. Move that die there. The tracery, we'll go ahead and pop that open. The runes will pop open. The map to the Spring Festival, we'll go ahead and save it for a little later. I can probably have some fun with that, and then we'll sell off those scraps. So what are you noping about, Anonosis? So, here we are. We are in Dunharrow right now. And I'm working with Ellen Fremedon and the people of Dunharrow to get them ready for the hordes of people from Edoras and the surroundings that I've been working the past 11 sessions on. They're all going to be coming here. Oh, no worries, no worries. So I'm working on right now, trying to get everything set up here in the village. And I need to collect prepared food in the meat hall, because we're working on getting everything set up. Ah, there we go. There's the prepared food. And I'm sure she won't mind if I take hers. There we go. And now we'll go ahead and spread it around the tables here in the mead hall. Gotta feed all these hungry people that are coming. Hey, Destiscardo, good seeing you, my friend. How are you doing today? There we go. Get these people all set up. There we go.
There is work to be done here.
We simply cannot house this many people, even if I'm willing to care for them all. The mean hall will do as shelter for now, but I shall only be relieved once everyone has gone on to Dunharrow. Imagine the mess that will be left in there. I doubt anyone plans to aid us with that.
If you will help us, then do so. If not, be gone.
Bravery beyond her years. Man, you just finished a binge that started... Oh! Very evil, very... Oh, and you reminded me of something. Give me one quick second here. Let me, I got some good news today that I want to share with everybody. I picked up my 666th subscriber to my YouTube channel on Friday the 13th. Yes, maybe yes. I was really happy about that. I know. It caught me by surprise too, my friend. I was very happy with that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bravery beyond her years. With so much to do in Dunharrow, my daughter has again slipped out of my sight. When will Dunburg learn? To brilliantly glory, her age is at best foolhardy, and at worst, I wish not to think of such things. I pray she turns to the mastery of music rather than that of the blade. Each time so far I've had to drag her out of the trees to the south and sit her down within my view. She prattles on endlessly about the dead, but I tire of such stories, especially since they might drive her into harm's way. If you would, search for her south of town and, please, send her home. That's not good. That's not a very safe place for her to be. But south of town is also a little dangerous, so let's get buffed up real quick before we head out. Go. And who knows what sort of things we'll find here. She's over here by the river. Okay. See, there is some bad things out here. There's some Kraban, which I actually do have a deed for. So, take care of that too. Looks like she's over here on the other side of the apparently. Oh, there she is, I think. No, I'm trying to find her, so I may have went to the wrong place. Yeah, I did. She's over this way. Okay. Yeah, I was going to the wrong place. That happens sometimes. But there definitely are some foul orcs, and there's another orc right there. Rush up high. There's a harrowing war. And there she is.
My parents say that strangers might be dangerous.
Did my mother send you? I cannot understand why she wishes me to sit by an Dunharrow while our people remain fearful of what lurks in the Harrowdale. I know she won't believe me, but you do, don't you? Wait, what is that rustling in the bushes? Those aren't dead, and I think there are more coming. Thank you so much. I knew not that there were orcs in the valley. I'll not wander too far again. I must warn Mother and the others.
That you should. Let me head back and I will warn her also. Yes, there's not only the dead, there are also orcs and wargs and Credane and other such nasty things out here. You should stay close to home. You're not quite ready to become a shield maiden yet.
There is work to be done here.
Oh, thank goodness Dunferg is safe. She should know better than this. No matter what she may see in Eowyn, a girl of her age does not belong on the battlefield, and I hope she realizes this soon. I know not if the life of a minstrel shall would befit her, but the path of a shield maiden is an arduous one, and she still has much to learn. I thank you, my friend.
So, yeah, doesn't look like I need anything here, so we'll just grab something and sell. And Ellen has another quest for me. The Spirits of Harrowdale.
There is work to be done here.
I know not if you have heard of such things since your arrival here, but my people have expressed an uneasiness about venturing out of town. Both young and old have told me fanciful tales of spirits lurking under the cover of the trees. But I cannot believe them. Knowing the past as I do, the dead men never venture round their darkened paths. I would ask that you investigate the trees outside of Dunharrow, for it is there that the people have heard of such things. I'm curious to know what you find, but I expect no more talk of the dead. Alright, well let me go ahead real quick and grab those sword bundles and stuff so that I'm not forgetting that quest, which is Book 12, Chapter 1. I'll go ahead and ride for this part here. Yes, these are the swords and stuff that the armorer's been making to help prepare the people for battle, because they know what's coming up ahead. And Ellen had asked me to take some of them and bring them over toward her. You set down the barrel of swords beside some others.
Now I need the barrel of armor from outside Old Juan's shop. Right, there's the barrel of armor right there. We set down the barrel of armor beside some others. Now I need to go get the barrel of spears. And there they are right there. So hopefully that's the last of what they'll need. I think that was it. Sword, armor, and shields. Swords, armor, and shields, I think was all they needed, so... There we go.
I see the question in your eyes.
Why have you toiled to bring these battles here? Why does the sweat so sting your eyes? What good is it done to carry these weapons and armor to me, where they will stay? Lady Harrowdale's eyes are angry embers as she springs her trap. It has done no good, of course. By the gift of birth, Eowyn commands some little measure of respect, and I give it to her, but she can only send trouble to Harrowdale. You see these swords and spears? You see this armor? She has sent me townsfolk and children, the aged and the infirm. She has sent no warriors. She has sent no one to wield the bright blade or brandish the sharp spear. These folk will just die just as easily as here is at Edoras. There is no purpose to this migration. If my husband falls, and those who ride with the king are defeated, there is no safety in all of Rohan. This is the cause for my reproach. Eowyn plays at war, she always has, but there are women of Rohan who truly know what is at stake. I am one of these.
Enough words. I've spoken plainly and I have nothing more to say.
And talk to Horn near the entrance to Dunharrow. See, I don't think she does understand because the warriors are going to be coming this way too. At least the Grey Company is, I think.
I did not think to find Ellen Fremedon so cold. We should aid her, if we can.
No one save the forces of Saruman to blame for her inevitable situation which we find ourselves, but I understand her frustration. We should aid her if we can. I spoke with some of the folk of Dunharrow while you were recovering equipment from the blacksmith, and they told me a group of orcs and wargs have threatened the peace of Dunharrow. Townsfolk have been used to these foes lurking in the mountains, but as of late they've journeyed too near the towns for comfort. Dealing with these creatures will allow us to send two messages, one no less important than the other. The first will serve as a warning to the orcs that Harrowdale is not theirs for the taking. The second message is for Ellen Fremedon, telling her that she does not stand alone. Her worries are ours, and she'd not give up the hope of survival. Let us defeat the orcs and the wargs in the Harrowdale, my friend, collecting tokens from each so that we may send these two messages. I also wish to see the dark door of Dunharrow. I will meet you near it, for only few would speak of it, and then only in whispers. But it fills me with curiosity. Okay.
So I need to defeat 6 orcs. I need to collect 6 orc signals and 6 ward teeth from the Harrowdale area. And then make my way to Dunharrow. Or make my way to Dunharrow where I'll talk to Horn at the Dark Door. What's this? Oh, I need to shake the trees. Ah, there was a lurker in the tree. At least this is helping. This is getting me the orcs. Still need to find the wargs, though. Okay, there are the orc sigils. I still need to search up 2 more trees, and there's another one right there. Oh, that one's fine. Okay. Might have missed a tree she wanted me to search. Yep, there it is right there. There we go. Alright, so we got those down. I still need to find 6 warg teeth. Which I'm going to find on the other side, or over this way. So there's nothing over there, so let's head over... Let's head over this way. Looks like the wargs are going to be up here. Are we in the right area? Yeah, we're heading over there. There's one more. Looks like I still need to find more wargs. So let's go ahead and pull up my tracker and see what we can find. Just a deer. No wargs here. I mean, I'm still also working. Oh no, I've finished my orc deed already. So let's go ahead and mount up, see if we can find some wargs, because I don't need any more wargs right now. Let's see what we got here. Looks like past Dunharrow I'll find some more too, so we'll head out there. Here is the camp for all of the Edoras troops that will be coming by this way. It looks like there's already some here. And I guess there's some fall. I guess if I go down this trail, I might find some too. This is the trail that leads to the dark door that Horn mentioned. The dark door of Dunharrow. No? Well, we'll see. Well, there's also a campsite fire up ahead. We'll go ahead and bind there while we're going this way anyway. I'll need access to it for later on to make my traversing a little easier. Could be getting close to that fire. Yep. Alright, here we are. You have discovered Dunharrow. Looks like here's the camp of the rest of the men of Rohan, and here's a millstone here. We'll go and pick up this millstone too. And there's the campsite fire. Let's see if I got anything on track, because I still need to find 5 more wargs. Nothing on track. Oh, there's a warg right there. Oh, a couple of them. So I found where the roving wargs are. Good. And there's the last one. Yep, there's the last one right there. Okay. So now let's head to the dark door and we'll talk to Horn. You've discovered Dimholt. And there it is. The dark door. Oh, my dread's already creeping up, and I'm dark door itself.
That is the dark door, and beyond are the paths where the dead are said to walk.
My heart is heavy with dread, but so too it is filled with a sense of wonder. That is the dark door, and beyond it are the paths where the dead are said to walk. You must know the story of Isildur and the Men of the Mountain. Better even than I, for you have journeyed with Dunedain. Aragorn is the first of that line I have met, and then only briefly. He strikes me as a most unusual man. We were not long in Edoras together, but I did mark him to be skilled with words. Perhaps in time of peace he could delight the ear with the tales of his people, and ere yet before all is done. I would ask for a different tale than which concerns Isildur and the Oathbreakers. Perhaps something with joy in it. For now, let us move away from the dark door. I'm glad to have seen it, but I will be gladder still to leave it behind us. I'd rather not go into it yet. So let's go ahead and head back to Dunharrow, and we will turn in those quests.
What are these? What have you brought me? Are these teeth?
Her expression changes from disgust to admiration as you recount your battles against the orcs and the wargs at Harrowdale. I did not ask you to do this, and I offered no reward, and yet you still campaigned against the creatures on my behalf. I do not know what to say. When my husband Dunharrow rode to fight alongside his king, I believed no one would give a thought to the troubles of Harrowdale, and yet you did. I thank you, my friend. I hope you did not take offense earlier. I spoke from a place of despair, but you've given me reason to hope. If there are more hunters like you in this land, perhaps Harrowdale will yet be made safe for the folk of Edoras. The Battle of Rohan ends not in victory. And the spirits of Harrowdale, she asked me to shake the trees.
If you will help us, then do so. If not, be gone.
As I thought, the dead have no place in Harrowdale, but the orcs, that is a different matter entirely. Perhaps their disguises can fool our elders and the young, but they will not deceive any who have known their kind. I had not expected the orcs from the White Mountains, for I thought it at least safe from the White Hand here. I suppose ill for the journey to Dunharrow. And she has a new quest. 2 of them, assembling the warriors and the watchers of the road.
There is work to be done here.
Assembling the warriors. Look around you. Do you see how many people have taken shelter under these trees? We are neither Edoras nor even Middlemead, and to host this many people stretches far beyond our breaking. Yet even now, evils lurk in the mountains above which, and what defences have we? None. The men have gone to the side of the king, and have left us naught but shoddy remains of our barricades. What fear has the orc of a pointed stick? All the sacks and armour from that town, for they will remain unused otherwise, and assemble the crudest warriors you can along the edge of town. Even if one orc is fooled, we may consider our situation better. And the other quest she has? Watchers of the road.
If you will help us, then do so. If not, be gone.
The war draws ever close, and I fear soon the time will come when we have to flee, with or without Eowyn. The fork that divides the roads to Dunharrow and the Hornburg lies just south of here. While we people are destined for Dunharrow, I fear that the road to the Hornburg might be overrun, and I cannot help but worry about our own journey up to the stair of the hold. If you would scout the roads to the east and the west, I could rest more easily. I can definitely do that. We'll go ahead and start picking up some sacks and armor. Excuse me. There's one of the barrels of armor that I need to pick up. I need one more sack And one more barrel of armor. There's the stack, and there's the barrel of armor. Assemble warriors of Rohan at Dunharrow. So we need to assemble them. Over here. No, I can understand. Wants to try to protect the people, and if this will even scare away a few orcs, it definitely makes their situation much better.
There is work to be done here.
Well done, well done. These our new defenses are truly a boon to my people, or they would be if they were not made of stacks. All of these people, all this weaponry, and none of them are used to any of the other. How am I to protect this lot? Okay, well, she's taken care of by now. So let's go back and talk to Horn. He should be down over here.
We have delivered the message. It is now time to move on to the next stage of our duty.
Horn listened with amusement to recount Ellen Fremenon's grateful acknowledgement of the help you provided her people. Were you surprised by Lady Haradale's transformation? You should not be. There's no more certain way to attain the friendship of a ruler rather than helping to ease the problems of the ruled. We are, all of us, on the same side now. Only Saruman gains to profit if we squabble amongst ourselves. We have delivered the message, and we have somewhat eased its sting. It's time to move on to the next stage of our duty. The Wrap of the Dark Door? Still not an upgrade for me, so just grab something and go. Well, let's take a look. Maybe one of these will be interesting. Oh, I don't like hooded cloaks, though. They're all hooded cloaks, so just grab it south.
Eomer wished for us to travel to the home he left behind.
Book 12, Chapter 3, In Eomer's Absence. We have done as Eowyn asked, and now we should fulfill our obligation to her brother as well. Eomer wished for us to travel to his home he left behind, that we may see how it fares in his absence. That home is Aldburg in the Eastfold. It was once a great seat of power in Rohan, before the king took up residence in Edoras. Now it is the home of Eomer, and it is natural for his mind to dwell upon its well-being. He spoke of Arsil its steward, and as a man of good motive, but of short reach to accomplish such lofty aims. Perhaps when we arrive, we will see that Arsil has exceeded his master's expectations. Actually, I have already been there, and I've already done that. So let's go ahead and port to Aldburg. And we will talk to, who we need to talk to. We need to talk to somebody there at the entrance. You have come to Aldburg, the home of Eomer. And there is Horn.
We have arrived at Eomer's home of Aldburg. It looks... well...
Horn looks around, and his normally diplomatic and open face is uncharacteristically clouded with disappointment. I have never been to Aldburg before, but it does not appear as though I have always pictured it. The walls are crumbling and the buildings have fallen into disrepair. I do not think the town was in this state when Eomer left for Edoras. Let us walk through the city and see if my first impression is mistaken. I've already been questing here, so this is more just a perfunctory we need to do. The building is in poor repair and seems near to falling down.
Aldburg has seen better days, friend.
If Eomer were here, he would do something about it.
He is away helping the Theoden King with more serious problems. I cannot put the well-being of my home over that of the kingdom. It may seem more pressing to me, but I know what is really at stake. Still, I wish Arsil would do something about these buildings. A stiff breeze might be enough to knock several of them down. And then, where will we be? Look at the buildings by the mead hall. I think that's over here. Yep. This building is in very poor repair.
There is work to be done here.
Can you wield a mallet? Can you set timbers? For those are the abilities we need in Aldberg. Our buildings are falling apart around our ears, and none of the craftsmen will listen to Arseel's words of admonishment. His father would knock them into line, but alas, Arkenbrit is now gone, and the strength of will does not seem to have passed from father to son. Emil said things all right, but he is busy with the troubles of a wider land, and none here fault him for that. He is the treasure of the Eastfold, and we will not deprive the kingdom of our greatest son. And now we'll go talk to Arsen. Already helped him out, already did all the questing around here, so...
Do you bring word from Edoras? Is Aemma preparing to return?
You give Arsil the news that Aemma is riding to war with the king and will not return to the Eastfold until the battle is done. His face falls. These are poor tidings. I have done my best to keep the city for him, but the people do not listen to my commands, and I fear that I have been a poor steward in his absence. Why, just today I sent a group of craftsmen to repair the outside walls, but they have not returned. I have heard rumor they drink and feast instead of doing their work. If you can inspire them to work, feel free to make the attempt. You'll find them outside the walls, southeast of town. Yep, let's see what I can do. Hopefully I can get them to actually do something around here. Go ahead and mount up for this. Well, you have found the craftsmen sent by Arsil, but they are busy feasting and drinking.
Look at this one, boys.
Take it in crust, friend. Give us a tale of three, and we will raise a cup if it be good. Your smile drains from his face. Oh, I see how it is. You're here to get us working. I say we make Arsil do the labor, and maybe have you do it. We'll do it when we're good and ready. You have trouble hearing me, my friend? Maybe you'll hear this. The loutish worker yields and pledges to begin working.
You think you can end my merriment?
Why are you frowning at me? There's cheer enough to go around. What can wait? Dear, it will last. The boorish worker stops smiling and narrows his eyes. You say Arsil wants us to work? You think you can end my merriment? I'd like to see you try, knave. Oh, you don't give me commands, stranger. Alright, I'll work. I'm gonna rip the rest of you into shape.
hopefully that will help a little bit. Excuse me. Second. There we go. Okay.
You succeeded. I'm surprised and impressed.
You managed to get the craftsmen back to work, huh? Perhaps there's hope yet for the restoration of Alderberg.
Okay. That's still... Yeah, that's still away, so let's just go ahead and grab something and take it.
Go out into the Everholt and look for this missing wagon.
Book 12, Chapter 4. The Missing.
You've proven yourself an able motivator, and I wish to make use of that skill once again. A number of workers took a horse and a wagon into the Everholt and have not returned. They planned to retrieve timber from the woods which to reinforce some of the buildings of Alderberg, but now I am not so certain. You may be able to follow the sound of feasting and singing of songs. Go out into the Everholt if you will and look for these workers and their wagon. Convince them to do the work they agreed to do, as you did with the workers outside the walls. With good fortune, we may destroy Alderberg before Erbel returns from the war.
All the way out there. And it looks like there's a warband. So let's go ahead and hit the warband first. It's Feldjaw. I've already taken him out once before, but I can always use more, another box of spoils. There, and there's another adorned chest out here in the magic chest spot. Always like to check the magic chest spot. Ooh, and another magic chest spot. I'll definitely take that too. Thank you very much. I should get rebuffed up though. I've been lucky so far, but I'm expecting my luck to fail very rapidly. Especially since we're close to Feldjaw. Defeat Feldjaw. So let's go ahead and take him out. He's up here. And we have a ad coming up. So we'll see you people on the flip. I'll wait to attack Feldjaw until you return. Welcome back, and there's Felljaw right there. We will go ahead and start clearing a path to him. And that also gave me the 200 bears and boars in the Westminster. Felljaw has been defeated, and you've removed a significant threat from the Eastfold. I picked up a green box of spoils. And I reached Virtue Cap. So I need to go ahead and change over my virtues real quick. 45, 44, 47, 47, 42. Confidence. And I picked up 5 LOTRO points. Alright, so now let's head over and find the wagon of the craftsman in the Everhole. Up. It's a little farther away than I thought. Rich Earlingus Scarn deposit. Looks like there's some horns here. Warband, Scion of the Great Boar? Oh no. Hell no. That, my friends, is a raid level quest. I am not, absolutely not taking that on. Now I know when I'm over my head. I mean, I think I do pretty good with some of the quests that I do. The wagon is abandoned, and there are signs of struggle. Tracks leading to the south. Uh-oh. This does not bode well.
We have tracked the orcs to the cave of Berg Shapol, but will we find the captive craftsman in time?
Horns with me, that's good. This way and hurry. The captive craftsman may not have much time. Look, dead orcs. I cannot tell if these orcs were slain by their own kind or by some unknown friend. Nona? Was Nona here? Can you hear that? I hear orcs approaching, not from ahead, but from behind. I will stay here to delay their approach, but you should press on into the cave to see what has become of the missing craftsman. Perhaps one of them has escaped, and we have him to thank for the dead orcs you've seen already. But even so, they are still likely still in danger. Go, and quickly. Press on. I will delay any pursuit. This chamber contains more dead orcs, but no sign of the missing craftsman. You hear raised voices from further ahead, but cannot make out any of the words. Nona! I was right. You have found a chamber of cages and some old friends. It seems Corridon and I have freed them first. I will tell you the story of how Corridon and I came to be here, but not just now. Let the tale wait until we are in the sunlight again. We have slain many orcs to free these people, but the woods crawl with more of their kind, and we should not tarry here. Is Horn here with you? It is good to see you again. We thought to find you in Edoras, but on the way we found an overturned wagon and a sign of struggle, and thought to look for these folk. I am glad we did, for today we have saved some lives. These orcs were ferocious, and it's fortunate that most of the creatures were away when Nona and I entered the cave. All of you, stay behind. Someone approaches us. Or so many. At last, I believe it was the end of it. This was a pleasant surprise. Now, let us return to town and see what tale Nona and Corridon have to share.
It is good to see you again. It was a happy meeting.
I can think of no better way to meet up with friends than to see them again in the thick of battle. Corridon and I made the journey to Forlaw when my recovered friends from Wildemore. Some families in Forlaw have opened their doors to them until my friends can find places of their own. We then rode the river. It was there that pride gave way to good sense. Rather than upset the guard at the crossing, Corridon suggested we find another place to cross the river. It was not difficult. We had planned to travel to the King's Seat and there to seek you and Horn, but before we left the forest, we heard the cries of orcs and diverted our course to follow them. You know the rest.
It is good to see you again.
We would have rescued those people without incident, but I am glad you appeared when you did in any event. Nona and I crossed the Entwarth at the narrows south of the guarded crossing. I thought it was the wisest course and did not want to put Humboldt in an unfortunate position regarding his orders. Nona would have put him in an unfortunate position as well, under the ground. I thought it might be best to avoid the Entwarth altogether. That is what brought us to the Everholt, and when I heard the orc attack in the woods, we followed them into that cave, and that is where you entered the tale. It is good to see you again.
Tell Arso what we have accomplished. Then we should return to Edoras.
We are all back together again, and let the foes of Rohan beware. After we brought to Arsil, we shall return to Edoras. We've done as we promised for both Eowyn and Eomer, but there is sure to be more we can do for the people of the Mark. But first, let us tell Arsil what happened to the workers that went missing at the Everholt. I am glad my companions are back together again. And I'm glad that Horn and Nona are talking. Probably makes Horn feel a whole hell of a lot better, too.
I cannot thank you and your friends enough.
Wheelwind and Tormund just left the hall, and they spoke at length of your actions on their behalf. They and I cannot thank you and your friends enough.
Nope. Ooh, nope. So, grab that and finish it.
You return now to Edoras. Go, with my good wishes.
Book 12, Chapter 5, The Eyes of Edoras.
I cannot thank you enough for all that you have done. You've aided Oldberg and the people in ways I was unable to do myself. I should not be surprised at your ability. After all, Eomer did send you to assist me. Eomer possesses wisdom far beyond his years, and using it not just on the field of battle, but in times of peace as well. There have been fewer of those in recent memory, alas. You return now to Edoras? Go with my good wishes, and may you help the folk there as you help the people of Oldburg. Talk to Horn by the barrows outside of Edoras. So let us port back there. Well, I don't have a port anymore. Oh, there it is right there. Thought I still had a port to Edoras. Oh, and I should open up those green spoils I picked up too. We'll do that when we land. A polished copper necklace of the rider. Agility, vitality. Ooh, it's actually a boost. Yeah, let's equip that. Excuse me. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk to Horn, besides the Barrows and Edoras. He should be out here. And there he is.
Speak with me when you are ready.
We have come once again to Edoras, this time in the company of both Corridon and Nona. Are you ready to walk through the streets and speak once more to Eowyn? Let me know if you are prepared. Allies of Wormtongue could be anywhere, and we must remain alert.
Let us remain alert. Allies of Wormtongue could be anywhere.
Do not think that we cleansed the city of them when we were lost here.
We have returned to Edoras, and should see how Eowyn fares with her duties.
This way, we will find the Lady Eowyn and see how her efforts progress while we saw to the will of her brother at Oldburg. This way, everyone.
There she is. I told you.
Greetings, children. How fares the city?
Why should we tell you anything?
We have done nothing to cause you insult. What would your father say to this discourtesy?
How should we know? They're all gone. Because of Dunlendings, like ha!
Nona's hands are clenched and her eyes are ablaze. Step aside. I will not listen to these children speak ill of my people. You need to learn something, you weak-legged foals.
Get out of here, you Dunlending witch!
You know nothing of my land.
We know enough. Your people want to kill us all.
How many Dunlendings have you slain, small one?
What?
How about you? How many Dunlendings have you killed?
None, but I am not yet of age.
I've slain more than 24 Dunlendings. They were allies of those who killed my brother, servants of Saruman. Have you nothing now to say?
Can you teach us how to fight? Please, teach us the sword play.
Ha! I did not expect this turn. It seems that Nona has an effect even on the children of Rohan. If one is not cautious, he may find she has little time for him, so busy will she be instructing these children in swordplay. You should go on ahead, my friend, and find Eowyn outside of Methuselah.
It may take us some time to get there. Well, I'm glad Nona has made some friends. Always good when Nona makes friends. Eowyn listens to your reports of your visits of Dunharrow and Aldburg, but you can tell from her guarded expression that something troubles her. I fear we did not root out all of Grima's allies when you were last here in Edoras. I believe someone interferes in my efforts to empty the city. Someone cut holes in the sacks of grains we set by and damaged the wheels of one wagon I did not think needed guarding. Keoflad saw a suspicious figure flee the city to the north. Speak to her and see if she can provide you with a description of this man. If we do not know his appearance, we will not be able to prevent him from doing more damage should he return. Find her outside of her home, to the northeast. Oh, okay. There it is. There it is. Okay. I keep forgetting I'm not actually in Edoras proper. I'm in an instance, which does make a difference. The map doesn't work very well. But here's Cleophad right here. I will help with anything I can. If it will help the Lady Eowyn catch this man, ask me what you will, and I will tell you what I remember of the man that I saw. So, tell me about yourself, first off. My husband has gone to war with the Theoden King, and now I must wait for his return. We've been told we cannot wait here at our homes, but must go to Dunharrow. So what did you see? This morning, shortly before sunup, I walked through the lanes of the city. I wanted to impress upon my memory every detail of this, my home. It was a sad walk down to the gates. Just inside the gates, a wagon was waiting for supplies to be hand-loaded. Standing next to it in the shadows, I saw a man. Okay. What was he wearing? He crouched by the wagon, and I saw that his boots were caked in mud. He wore yellow or brown leather with a strap over one shoulder. I saw the glint of sun on chain in my early morning light. Okay. Was his hair distinctive? I cannot really remember the style of which he wore his hair, but its color was light at the dawn. I am put in mind that it could have had an amber hue, but I cannot say for certain. His hair was rather shaggy, but he was crouched by the wagon, and it might have been a fallen tree from the blinding with the effort exerted. I see. Okay, well, we're starting to take shape here. You are certain about his dress? Yes, I am fairly certain. Actually, now that I think upon it, I believe he may have worn a red brooch around his neck. The setting was gold, or maybe very polished bronze, but the gem in the middle glowed red in the light of the dawn. Very interesting. And you are certain about his hair? I will not swear to it, but I cannot be certain. Very well. Alright. So that's supposedly what he looks like. Eowyn listens to the description you obtained from Cleophad and nods excitedly. Very good, but we need some confirmation and may now be able to obtain it. Another citizen of Edoras has claimed to have seen this man. Follow the road to the north and speak of Elfberg. If her description matches that of Cleophad, we should be able to trust their memory of this man. To the north, right? I just got and I can't talk, but I want to say it was north. Right there. Tell me about yourself. I have lived in Edoras all my life, baking bread for the king's board. Now we must go to Dunharrow until he returns from war. No, the city will remain when we return. If we do return. What did you see? I awake early on most mornings, and this day I had difficulty sleeping. When I went to the storehouse to count the sacks of grain I needed to bring to Dunharrow, I saw that the sacks were split and the grain had spilled across the floor. I despaired at the sight, and then espied a man fleeing down the road. The villain. What was he wearing? He ran with great haste, and I did not get a look at him. I think he wore black leather over chainmail. The mail was very mostly covered. I caught only a few flashes of silver. It was very dark. Okay. You were certain about his dress? Well, perhaps not. It was very dark. Maybe perhaps the leather he wore was not as dark as I thought at first. Perhaps they're more brown than black. The sun was not yet up when I saw him, and it was dark in the lane. Okay. Was his hair distinctive? His hair was long and blonde, appearance very much that of a man of Rohan. It would make him more difficult to find, I expect. No doubt. Did he have a beard? Yes, a blonde one. Did I not mention it? No, you did not. Okay, that's just a repeat. Was he holding anything? He had an axe in his hand. Must be used to tear open my sacks of grain. The villain. And there's the axe. Do you remember anything else? There was one more thing. He wore a brooch at his neck, fastened with a clasp. I saw the gemstone in its center glinting as he ran. It put me in mind of a blood-red eye. Thank you. Elber's recollection of the man she saw is very similar to that of Cleophod. And there's Horn right there. Horn listens to your account and nods. There are many men with blonde hair and beards at Rohan, but this brooch sounds distinctive. A red gemstone in the shape of an eye is not a common adornment among my people. This is how we will find this treacherous snake and keep him from doing further hurt to Eowyn and her people. Let us go to Eowyn together and tell her what we have learned of this man.
A picture begins to form.
The writings you recovered from Grima's chambers spoke in vague and shrouded terms in order to keep the identities of allies a secret. But we have found some few of them already. Hebecca, Leofing, and Forthrir have been defeated or imprisoned for their part in Grima's schemes. But it seems there was a fourth conspirator. He seems he used several names, among them Ednoth and Godding. And there may have been more that we know not. But now we have a common thread. A mysterious foe seems overly fond of a blood-red brooch, and it is by this jewelry you will know him. We cannot risk his return. Only by tracking this secret enemy can we assure he does not return to cause deadlier mischief.
Our mysterious foe seems to have fled Edoras to the north.
There are a few settlements in that direction, but my guess he is making his way for Stoke in the Broadacres. You and your companions travel with haste to Stoke, there to see if you can apprehend this ally of Grima Wormtongue before he can wreak further mischief. Reeve Frithia brings from Stoke, and she has been an inspiration to me since I was very young. Her strength is second to no man, and she has earned the respect of all who dwell within her riding. Still, this is not the sort of danger for which she is best suited. She faces enemies that attack over the fields and engage in open battle, not snakes in the grass that strike from hiding. Bring news of this secret foe to her, and warn her that he may lurk within Stoke. I do not know what evil webs he might yet spin. Alright, so it's off to Stoke. And I think I have a port for that. No, I don't. So I'll go down and I'll get a ride. There should be a ride to Stoke from the gate.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
We've traveled to Stoke. Hornan calls a halt as you approach the entrance to the city.
It seems that our fortunes turn for the worse.
A glint of light caught my eye from afar, and my worries are now confirmed. Hornan holds up the small object he has found in the grass. A blood-red ruby fitted into a silver brooch, shaped in the form of an eye. Our friend knew of our pursuit and discarded the only thing by which we would know him. Now he vanishes into the city, free to strike at his leisure. I will give you this brooch, but I confess this is not the outcome for which I had hoped. Now we must deliver a warning only to the Reeve, and not the means of ending the threat. Alright, let's go talk to the... Let's go talk to the Reeve and figure things out.
Maintain the peace and do no harm to my people or their lands, and you will be welcome.
It is always a pleasure to meet the new hunter. Frithwood listens as you recount your pursuit of Wormtongue's mysterious ally and the mischief he's wrought at Edoras. She smiles when you mention that Eowyn desired you to bring word of the danger he might pose for the Broadacres. She has always been a strong girl, and in truth she reminds me of myself at that age. When she has grown some more and broken a nose or two, she will be quite a woman. She must chafe at remaining behind to shepherd the people to safety while others ride to war. I would do the same, had the war not come right to my own lands. There's battle enough in the Broadacres. Someone might have seen your secret interloper as he came to Stoke. You should speak with Wigbald, the guard at the southern gate. If anyone saw anything, it would be Wigbald. He misses little. Alright, let's go talk to him.
You say you look for someone. I've seen scores come through this gate today.
What can you tell me about his appearance? You admit to Wigbald you do not have a good idea of your prey's appearance. That makes it more difficult to find someone, no doubt about it. There was one fellow I thought seemed worthy of suspicion, now that you mention it. He kept asking about the Norcrofts, so it could be that he's left his village entirely and is heading east. You tell Wigbald you may search around Stoke for any other clues, just to be certain, and he shrugs. You're welcome to do as you like, of course. With your time you'd be wasted. The only suspicious fellow I've seen was asking about the Norcrofts. Search either the Norcrofts or the town of Stoke for sign of Wormtongue's ally. There's a broken banner over here. This banner is broken, as if it had been brought down upon something with great force. There's some disturbed earth over here. This mound of earth indicates a scuffle of some sort took place here. Oh, we got some footprints over here. You find booted footprints in the mud at the base of this fence. An abandoned helmet over here. You have found a discarded helmet, but whose helmet is it?
Are you looking for the man who dropped that helmet?
I saw him come back for it, but when he saw me, he ran. I followed him for a while, but he kept running west to town. I think he might have been looking for the orcs. I could tell he was trouble. Did I do the right thing? I'll see him again. I'll tell you Marie Fifthfield. You better tell her who I am so she'll let me into the mead hall. My name is Adgith, and I've only lived here in Stoke my whole life. My mother says I need to stay inside the walls, but that's only the reason I didn't follow the man and bring him back for the king's justice. I knew he was a villain. You tell Marie Fifthfield that I know, and if I see him again, all right? Promise that you will. Promise. Promise.
Of course I will. I'll go talk to the Reeve right now, actually.
You say this child saw the man for whom you seek, and he has joined the orcs?
I would like to meet Edgith and speak with her myself. My hall will be open to her as well. If this man you pursued from Edoras has joined the orcs, the danger he poses has turned from a secret one to a threat we here in Stoke now all know all too well. We've been endangered by the ravages of orcs and their half-orc brethren for many months now.
Ooh, this could be an upgrade. Yes, I don't really want fate though. How about the mystery? Crit defense and parry rating, I'd rather have that, so let's grab that.
The orcs have launched attacks on Stoke before now, but we must not remain idle.
If this secret foe you chased here is as cunning as he seems, he might be able to help the orcs attack more effectively. The camp is called Varadoram in their filthy tongue. Wipe the land clean of its foul inhabitants and see if we can find any sign of their plans.
Oh, gladly, gladly, gladly.
Let's go kill orcs.
And there's the camp right there. Looks like I've got to log on to my cook tonight and do some more cooking. I'm running out of food. Huntress needs food badly. Defeat orc and half-orc raiders from Varadora. You need to defeat 8 of them. I still need goblins in the Eastman Act too, so we'll pick off a few of them while we're floating around. But we'll start heading toward Barad-dûm right now. Okay, there's one of the raiders that I need from Barad-dûm. Oh, that one was hiding a shadowy raid. There we go. The first tattered shadows of the day. Don't want to jinx things, but never mind. You got a shadowy. I was going to come out the shadows you had. Oh no, I would not consider it a jinx. Yeah, if a harrowing appears, I will flee. I will do my best to survive. And if I die, I die. It's like, you know, whatever, you know? I mean, do I want to die? No, not really. But if it happens, it happens. Not like it's the end of the world. I mean, I honestly am expecting all of you guys out there to be chanting, harrowing, 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 and really hoping that a harrowing shows up and just wipes my butt, you know. Ooh, let's just do that whole group right there. One shot. Ready? Here we go. Well, not quite one shot, but I did manage to get it. You pry a torn map from the clutches of your fallen foe. And I don't have the port back to stone. Damn it. I knew I should have picked that up. Alright, well let's go ahead and just warp back there as fast as I can. The war speed does move faster over ground than my regular mount. But I really don't like fighting horseback, so. But because we need speed right now, we'll just go ahead and take this. And just avoid. I mean, I am glad they went ahead and got the 64-bit servers. It does make mounted combat a lot better, but I'm just set in my ways, I guess. I prefer my own horse, and I don't mind the dismounting and such. It doesn't bother me.
You return to sorrowful news. Wigbold has been murdered.
You say you found this map of Stoke on the body of a villain from Baradoran. I am not surprised. See these markings? Someone has made notes on this map, and though I cannot read the writing, I am familiar enough with my own walls to know what these annotations represent. Vulnerabilities in our defenses. Your secret foe is seeking to improve the Orcs' chances of raising Stoke. But to return to sorrowful news. Agatha did find something, and hastened to bring me the news to me at once. Wigbold has been murdered. Speak to the child and hear her account.
I found a dead body. It was Wigbold. I remember his big red beard.
I was running around the eastern side of town looking for that sour-faced fellow we talked about, when I stumbled upon a body lying in the grass. I stayed just long enough to see if I knew who it was, and I did. It was Wigbold, one of the town guards. I remember his big red beard. He was always kind to me, and now I think that man you were looking for must have killed Wigbold before he fled the city. I can point out to you where I found his body if you'd like. I was just telling the Reeve about it. She says that I did the right thing to come to her at once. You tell Agnes that you will investigate the place she described, but you have your doubts. You do not remember Wigbold having a red beard.
Wigbold was proud and strong, a good man. Stoke is less safe without him.
Let's see if we can find him, though, but I didn't remember him having a red beard either. That would stand out. Ah, the Eriador horse. That was what I got for my world renowned. There he is. Yeah, this guy does have a red beard. You cannot tell how long it has been since Wigbold was slain, but he seems to have suffered a blow to the head of some heavy object. Dirt and mud on his clothes indicate he was killed somewhere else than dragged here to the heavy grass. As you stare down at the body of the slain guard, something that has bothered you since you heard the news from Adgith slowly resolve itself. This is not the same Wigbold with whom you spoke when you arrived at Stoke. If this is the body of Wigbold, who was it that spoke with you at the entrance to Stoke? The man you spoke of is gone, and left no sign.
We have been deceived. The man we spoke to was not Wigbold.
He was our quarry instead. I believe I could piece together the tale, but it brings me no joy to do so. Our secret foe arrived at the gates of Stoke sometime during the night, and when he was challenged by Wigbold to identify himself. What name did he give? Perhaps Ednoth or Goding, or another we do not yet know. What story did he weave for Wigbold? I cannot say, but my guess is that it played upon the guard's sympathies. From this I draw another conclusion. Our cunning foe must appear from the outside to be a good man of Rohan. There will be little about him to mark him as an enemy, or Wigbold would never have left him into Stoke. But let him in he did, and at some point Wigbold was overcome and slain. What does it reveal about our foe that he was so bold as to take Wigbold's place and speak falsehoods to the very people in our pursuit of him? That is what worries me the most. Our foe is bold, and he is cunning, and he is unafraid. It is clear to me now why he spoke of the Norcross, though it was not at all the time. He was trying to steer us in the wrong direction. We must give this news to the Reeve. Definitely.
The man you pursue must be made to pay for his crimes.
This tale is believable, but it makes me sorrow no less. Instead, it fans the flames of my anger. This man you pursue must be made to pay for his crimes. He sought to send you to the Norcrofts. His pride will be his undoing, for by revealing his charade, we have discerned his next course. He wanted for you to look eastward? Turn your eyes westward, and you will find where his next lead in his schemes. After teaching the orcs of Baradoran how to best attack Stoke, this cunning snake of yours fled to the Broadacres. I am certain of it. He has gone to the Stone Deans.
If this snake has entered the Stone Deans, they must be warned of the danger he poses.
I've no close ties with my neighbours to the west, save the oath that we share, but I wish them no harm. If this snake has then entered the Stone Deans, then they must be warned of the danger he poses. A secret enemy, combined with the dangers they already face, endangers the whole of my riding. He must be stopped, and now only a few know his face. You have seen it, as his poor departed Wigbold. Bring this knowledge to Reeve Heremond in the Stone Dean. His seat is in the town of Woodhurst, located in the northern region of the Stone Deans. Heremond is very old, and there are whispers he made in poor health as of late. If he is indisposed, you should speak with his wife Briant. She is of Dunlendish blood, but she is strong in her own right. Hill Tribes and Horse Lords, Book 12, Chapter 8. Now, I don't believe I have Woodhurst or Stone Deans. Nope, I don't. So we'll go ahead and do like I did before, and we'll take a fast horse to Woodhurst. I should be able to from here. If not, then I will show you an easy way to find out how to go. A long way.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
I do have swift travel to Woodhurst, so let's see. Now, we've also already been questing here, so... You've arrived at Woodhurst in the Stone Deans, and there's Nona and Horn.
This looks like any other village of the Horse Lords to me.
Horn tells me this town is home to many people of Dunlending and Rohirric blood. Do they maintain traditions of both my people and of Horn's people, or have they forgotten where they came from in order to survive in this land? I do not see much I recognize of the Ukluth in this town. The buildings are wrong, the land is wrong. Did the people prove otherwise?
So near to Dunland, many of the folk of this town share ancestry with the Dunlending tribes.
Perhaps Nona and I will be able to find a place here when all is through. That is still a good while hence, though I do not doubt it. But my heart tells me that Woodhurst would be more welcoming to us than my home of Aylworth. Well, we have more pressing matters than this. Let us find Reeve Heremond and report to him the danger that his town may face.
The blood of the hill tribes flows through me, but they are no longer my people.
You are welcome in Woodhurst, but you do not see her at her best. My husband has finally succumbed to death, but I cannot properly mourn for him. I must mourn too for our city, for it is held in the grip of Dunlending invaders. The blood of the hill tribes flows through my veins, but they are no longer my people. When I wed Hermond and came to live in this lands, and when I gave him a son, then I was no longer of my tribe. I was part of a new tribe. Bryant's eyes flash, and you see a fire in them that reminds you of Nona. Those who hold the mead hall and bring war to my homes may share my blood, but they spilled the blood of those I love. Now we are enemies. You have my thanks for this warning you bring, but Woodhurst is already imperiled. What is one more threat upon a pile of many? Speak to my son Huerbrand, who now rules in the place of his father. I'll answer any of your questions I am able.
You wish to help? Good.
It is not enough folk willing to help with the problems of others in these trying times. My son Herefara is doing all he can, as am I, but we cannot be everywhere. There will always be somewhere we are not. We may not know much of these invaders, but I do. They are called Dragluth, and they worship worms and lizards of all sorts. And their loyalty has been bought by Saruman. Where they go, he commands. Defeat these Durlending invaders wherever you find them throughout the Stone Danes. You will find Dragluth aplenty in Woodhurst, to my sorrow, and my mother's.
Sounds good to me. Excuse me. As you can see, there's plenty of them to take care of, so let's go ahead and head to the southern part of Woodhurst, where I know there's a bunch of them down there. I should easily be able to find the 10 that I need there. Hey! Happy Friday. All lurking as per usual, but good luck today. Thanks, okay? Glad you could come by. Always happy to have people, whether they lurk or not. Alright, so now that I defeated 10 Dunlending ruffians, we'll go ahead and talk to Herbrand and see what he has to say next. And I'm thinking I can probably go ahead and take off the Stone of the Tortoise at this point and start gaining XP again. I'd put it on because everything was starting to go green and teal and gray. And now I'm starting to see, now for instance the quest I'm on is actually blue. Thanks, always appreciate the good vibes and voice acting. Well, I'm always glad to hear. Of course we are, we're always glad now.
Let me see. What do I want to wear? 140. 156. There we go.
The Dunlendings cannot defeat us, me and my son. We are invincible.
You have done well, my friend. Soon this land will be free of their clutches. My son and I will do what we can against the Dregluth, but they cannot defeat us.
Herobrand smiles, your puzzled expression.
I speak northern riddles, my friend, and I do not exaggerate my prowess of that of my heir. The Dunlendings cannot defeat us. We are invincible.
Crit rating finesse. Yep, that's the one I want.
It is true. An old soothsayer lives among the mounds and speaks words of prophecy.
She has foretold that I will die at Orcish hand, as will my firstborn son.
Herobrand laughs boisterously.
Never before has the knowledge of coming death been so welcome. For it has been my fate to die at Orcish hand. No Dunlending will be able to land a hand upon me. Thus far it has been proven so. Speak to your companions, and if they agree to the journey, I will bring you before the soothsayer Hildegard. Perhaps she will read your fate as well.
Oh, Chan. Shieldmate. Okay. Alright, so let's go back out and grab a hold of Horn and talk to him at the entrance of Woodhurst.
Herobrand is a fool to believe the words of this soothsayer.
A soothsayer? Such mystics never speak plain, but deal in riddles to confuse the weak-minded. Herobrand is a fool to believe the words of this Hildegard. I will go with you to this cave if Nona desires it, but I beg of you, do not put too much stock in the words of the soothsayer. There are many mysteries in this world, but I think it is likely that this Hildegard is merely a woman with an adult mind. Your soothsayer will speak in riddles and lies. Mark my words well, for they tell the future.
A soothsayer lives in this land? I am filled with delight.
Such folk truly possess the power of foretelling the fates. Do you remember the dream that drew us across the mountains? We could not fathom its meaning, but a soothsayer such as the one we Herobrand speaks is more skilled at reading such visions than the like of us. Return to Herobrand and humbly beg for us to bring him before the soothsayer. She can tell us much. So
Nona wants to go see him. Nona's actually enthused to see a soothsayer. So we're going to talk to Herobrand and we'll go meet Hildegard again.
Let us see what Hildegard has to say of your own future.
May it be so rosy as my own, with freeze my hand in battle against the Dunlending invaders.
Rubbish and nonsense. Herobrand may believe the words of this soothsayer, but I will not fall for her trickery.
We have arrived. Hildegard has sight of many things still to come, and the source of her power is unknown to me. Many of my kingsmen call it witchcraft, sorcery, and is such a practice by the elves, but I say Hildegard was a woman of Rohan and remains so. Speak to her with courtesy. Mind your feet. She is accustomed to the dark, as we are not. Remember, my friends, be courteous. Hildegard, I have returned, and my welcome.
Ah, young Herobrand, you are welcome at any time.
Your visits brighten these dark days.
I am not alone.
You bring your son Harifar? He speaks sparingly, but he too is welcome.
No, I bring friends from afar.
Ah, let them approach and introduce themselves.
You give Hildegard your name, and she nods.
It is a pleasure to meet you, friend of Herobrand. Many are the roads you have walked to get here, and many more you will walk before you at last given rest. Much that you have done is already known to me. But there is much ahead of you that I cannot see. May I ask what adventuring discipline you call your own?
I'm a decent hunter, nothing more. Hildegard looks at you silently, the corner of her mouth turned upwards with amusement. That is all.
You're a hunter of great skill. It is not so unseemly to say so. Your arrows fly through and hit even the smallest of marks. You will save many folk from death with the contents of a single quiver.
Any could say of this and not be wrong. There is no far-seeing here.
What is your name, doubting one?
Should you not already know my name? Your discourtesy shames you, Warren. I did not bring you before Hildegard so you might insult the woman.
Why not, Herobrand? I am not offended by disbelief. Do you believe in my gift?
I do not know if it is a gift. Hildegard remains silent, her expression a mystery.
You see much. Few folk understand the truth of it. It is a gift to know of what comes, or is it a burden? I cannot choose what I see, and often it fills me with fear and sorrow.
But it is a gift. With this sight I could see many things aright.
Come here, girl.
What is it, Hildegard?
You kindle, child.
She burns with the heat of battle.
Be silent, foolish man.
I have battles to fight. They will not wait.
It will be some time yet. That is the way of it.
This woman speaks in riddles and rubbish. If she has any knowledge of the days to come, why does she not spell it for us plain? Were she to do that, perhaps I would give her my belief. But until then, I remain unconvinced. You say you could see the events of days to come. Tell me then, what awaits for me, and prove your claim is true.
I cannot say.
I thought as much. There is no straight path through this life.
Have you heard the tale of Winning Glen, the Doubting One?
Of course, all the children of Rohan have heard of it. I have sung the tale myself at least a dozen times.
Do you believe it?
I will not be tricked by this woman. I will wait for you outside.
Horn? I cannot believe Horn would act this way. He has closed his eyes to everything we have experienced on this journey. He shares the maddening outlook of his people. Silvuch will not understand him.
Nona clenches her fists and tosses her hair in frustration.
We cannot choose to whom we give our hearts to. That is our lot, but I might have chosen one less stubborn from out of all of the kingdoms of men.
Hildegard stands unblinking, but does not yet appear to see you any longer.
I see great battle. Hildegard, what is it? A vast army marches outside the walls. I see a white horse penned by shadows. Your love lies upon the broken ground, his shield shattered. Horn, what else do you see? I see death. No! The list of the dead is long, the minstrels mourn. Hildegard, what can we do? Hildegard? The soothsayer Hildegard stands upright, staring forward silently. She still breathes, but she no longer appears to see either you or Nona. What can we do? If Hildegard speaks the truth, it means Horn will fall in battle. A good death for any warrior, but he is not just any warrior. He is mine, and is not the glory he seeks. I know this to be true. I will keep Horn from meeting this end. Others have fought their fates. Why not Nona, the daughter of Suvoch, sister of Wadu? You will help me in this. You will say none of this to Horn. Do you understand?
We must do something. I need time to think.
Hildegard is as powerful as I had hoped, and now I wish that she was not. Her words give shape to a grim tomorrow, and I do not want to believe it will come to pass. Might you lose Horn, as I lost my brother? Hi, Artie Rains. Good seeing you.
Rubbish and lies.
The words of that woman prey upon the fears and hopes of all who listen to her. Hildebrand is a fool if he believes himself to be invincible on the account of the witless words of this woman. I cannot believe Nona sets any stock on her words. She has my heart always, but I am saddened by her belief in this nonsense. Had to visit one of my first raiders. By the way, I did see that you had grifted me with a sub. I do thank you very much. But I will be ending my stream very shortly here. I have to go and help my partner out. It's close to her dinner time, so I don't want to keep her waiting too long. But I do want to finish up this quest really quick.
Now do you understand?
Hildegard has unusual powers. She speaks of the future with a convincing tongue. I've no doubt that I will cast unrelenting invaders from Woodhurst, but none of them can hope to slay me or my son. If my death be an orcish hand, then no man can hope to harm me.
Travel south to Brockbridge and meet with my son, Herefara.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where I am going to go ahead and end my stream for today, because my partner did just text me and she does need some stuff. So I would like to thank everyone for joining me today. We had a good time. We're now working on the quest to get the Paths of the Dead in Dunharrow. You got 22 subs last night, so it must have been a gifted. I do appreciate that. That's awesome. I am so glad you got 22 subs last night. Congratulations. So, speaking of which, let me see who else is doing Lord of the Rings Online that I can raid. Let me see. There are a couple of people doing Lord of the Rings Online. I always try to find somebody who is a small streamer and someone who has not been on for very long, so I can kind of surprise them. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and surprise Hoppa Joel. He's been on for a little more than an hour, and his topic is Happy Friday. Let's have some music with Cherie and the Warders. So I think he might be going to one of the events that I keep wanting to advertise on my stream. So, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for joining me today. I will be streaming again on Sunday for Sword and Sorcery Sunday, and we will continue up right where we left off. But until then, please take care, be safe, and I will see you all very, very soon.